Hi everybody, welcome to the next installment of Racer's review of finer, lower priced malt beverages. You might remember our last episode we talked about the Four Loko series. We're not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to have some fun here today. Now, we are going to talk a little about who makes it. They call it Drink 4, but it's an outfit called Fusion Projects. They also make something called Earthquake High Gravity Lager. Now this is a 12% alcohol by volume drink also, and of course it's currently not under attack by the FDA or the so-called health experts that are out there to tell us what's good for us, be it a 12% beer or trans fats, or whatever. Anyhow, so today we're going to have a little more fun this time. I actually have the driver who's kind of directing and producing. She'll come on to give it a try once we get started here. Now, I had a viewer ask me about how you actually open these things from the bottom without them blowing up. And at the same time, I had another viewer who asked a question about, what makes a can collectible. And I think, well, to make it collectible, it's just something I don't have in my collection. Now, I already do have one of these in my collection. However, just as kind of the demonstration, I'm going to show, it's not that hard to open these. All you need is a real sharp can opener. And you basically hold it down pretty good, and there it goes in. You twist it to make a little hole. Then you got to have the other side to get a little air in, and you're in business. Just to let you know, the holes don't have to be that big. You just have to let the beer come out of them. So I don't remember what this stuff tasted like at all, or looked like. So I don't know. Let's put it in this glass first and see. Well, it's got a nice color. It's got a nice head. It looks pretty good, don't you think so? It's got a little bit of that, kind of champagne-ish taste like you might expect from a really high-gravity lager. But, here we go. This is not what I expected. This is actually pretty darn good, especially for the $2 and change I paid for that. I'm going to try it again. So the head's holding up pretty nice, isn't it? I'm, of course, really clean glass. You expect that out of me. So let's try another sip. Okay, 0 hop note. Let's get that straight right here. If there's hops in the building where this is made, I'd be surprised. 0 hop note, and certainly a pretty fair taste of adjuncts. I mean, I can taste kind of when I do homebrew. If I try to extend it with a little corn sugar or something like that, you get kind of that taste. I can kind of taste that in here. However, let me pour a little more in here, and call the driver in. She's going to want to give this a try right here. We'll see what she has to say. What do you think?
Tastes like white wine.
Well, I said it had a little bit of that taste. I don't think it quite tastes that much like white wine. Let's see how it tastes right out of the can. Get that great aluminum can taste too. Maybe that helps it out a little bit. It's definitely got a sweetness to it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has some sweetness. I will tell you what, though. I cannot tell this is a 12% alcohol by volume beverage. Can you? I could not tell that.
No, somebody just said it was a beer. You would think it was just a light beer.
Well, I gave that advice the last time. Yeah, we talked about that the last time, about how if you don't see it come out of the can, you don't know what it is. You better be careful. This stuff's another example of that right here. I mean, I actually expected this to be like toxic waste, almost out of a can. Instead,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good at all. You can head back behind the camera and enjoy a little more of this while I finish up here then.
Thank you.
Cheers. It's a pretty good job. You can direct produce and drink at the same time. I had a really strong opinion about the banning of Four Loko. I think the whole thing about the caffeine and alcohol, I think that's a joke. I still think that's a joke. I think that we were subject to a lot of knee-jerk reactions from a lot of people that they think they're doing something they're not. However, like I said, I could see something like this being next. And if you're like me, as a consumer, you like choice. Even if you choose not to use something. I mean, I don't care whether it's alcohol products, I don't care if it's tobacco products, I don't care if it's trans fat. Just because I, choose not to use them, that doesn't mean I'm in favor of being banned. Because sooner or later, these people who are out there to take away your choice, they're going to come up with something that you like that they're going to ban. So, and don't kid yourselves. They're out there. And they're going to do it to save you. My answer to them, if they want to save me, is thanks, but no thanks. Okay, off the soapbox. Man, I'm on the soapbox a lot lately here. I said we'd have some fun. All right, I got to come up with a racer's rating for this stuff. I honestly thought I was going to be pouring this down the sink instead of, down the old hatch. So, I'm going to give this, honestly, a solid 4 out of 5 swills. Because you got to remember what you're getting. I mean, you're talking about 12%. This is 4.7 beers right here in one of these things. And you're getting that for about $2.50. Excuse me. But I expected it to have really an off taste or something like that, and it did not. This actually has a pretty, decent enough taste right here. So, like I said, I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5 swills. I recommend if you can get hold of one of these. I'm holding it upside down. All you got to do is turn yourself upside down when you're watching this on your computer. You can see the label. I'm going to recommend you get a hold of one of these. I'm sure it's available at finer convenience stores and gas stations, in your neighborhood. I certainly wouldn't look at a fine liquor store for it. So it's not going to be on the craft brew aisle. I didn't expect much, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by how good it was. So, I highly recommend this. I'm trying to keep these things short, so this is not going to be a long review here. You already got my soapbox version, so I'm going to leave everybody right now and tell you that, with the holidays coming up, I want everybody to enjoy themselves, but I want you to, know your limits, be safe, and more important than anything, know your malts. Cheers.